Welcome back, folks. Do you ever find yourself getting distracted online? I do. Scrolling from one thing to the next until you have about 10 different tabs open and half written emails. Only 10? Researchers say our attention spans are getting shorter, lasting about 47 seconds on an online task. And it takes about 25 minutes for us to refocus. In an interview with the American Psychological Association, Gloria Mark, an expert in how people interact with technology, said that numbers dropped from an attention span of 2.5 minutes in 2004. Now, one way to adapt is figuring out your natural attention span rhythm, the parts of the day where your concentration naturally ebbs and flows. So, with tech playing such a huge part in our lives, is there a way to have just one tab open or maybe even reverse the digital distraction? Here to help get us centered is psychiatrist Dr. Jesse Gold. Dr. Gold, good to have you. Let's talk causes. Attention dropping more than a minute since 2004. What exactly is to blame here?
I mean, you're pretty right on the digital problem there, right? So, what's really changed since 2004 is all the internet, right? And all of the ways that we can use technology and apps, and how much our attention span is dependent on these quick ways of doing that, right? Like TikTok, it's the shortest little video possible. So, we can't even sit through a YouTube video anymore. So, the amount of time that we're supposed to concentrate has gone down even for technology. So there are all these things pulling our concentration, and it's shorter and shorter. And so we get used to that. And so then a long thing is really minutes instead of what could have been hours, like a movie or something like that before.
That response was probably 47 seconds. So I wanted to warn our audience that we're going to try to get through this quickly so we don't lose your attention. But this is, I mean, being serious, like this is a really important, thing to talk about. 47 seconds doesn't seem all that low, right? But it is when compared to what our attention spans used to be. So I'm curious to know, you're a professional, you're an expert. What exactly do you make of that 47 seconds figure?
I think it's really hard to know exactly where it's coming from and why 47 and not a minute and a half or something like that. But I think that the more and more time we spend on our phones with more access to everything on our phones. I mean, I'm a millennial. I didn't have access to the internet. I didn't have access to phones all the time. And the people I see as patients or college students have access to it all the time. And and more things they have access to. And they get bored really easily, bored in class, bored when they're listening to people, bored watching videos. And I think it gets easy to switch between things. And that just makes it shorter and shorter and shorter.
You're getting to something that I wanted to ask you here. Do you think this sort of distraction is bleeding into reality outside of the internet? I mean, are people becoming more restless in their conversations? Are they becoming more bored because their attention span is so low? I mean, what are the real world effects that we're seeing from this?
So I hear a lot from teachers and professors that people have a hard time concentrating in class. For students and people coming in to see me as patients, I'd say concentration is one of the primary issues. Like, I just can't concentrate. What's wrong with me? Everyone thinks they have ADHD. Most people don't actually have ADHD. A lot of it has to do with this technology problem. A lot of it also is that concentration is dependent on sleep. It's dependent on medication. It's dependent on substances. It's dependent on trauma. And we've all been through a lot in the past couple of years, right? So it's not just about, do I have ADHD or not? It's not just about technology or not. A lot of things compound concentration. And I think we forget that too. And so all of that could lead to someone coming into my office saying, hey, I can't concentrate. And I see it all the time.
I am going to ask the question that I'm sure a lot of people who find themselves distracted are asking themselves right now. Can shrinking attention spans be reversed? And how do you reverse a shrinking attention span?
I think you have to be really mindful about it. So we've gotten really used to just kind of mindlessly scrolling, really mindlessly paying attention to the internet and what we're doing on our phones and what we're watching. And we really need to step back and say, I can't do 75 things at the same time. I need to do one thing. Or I need to be able to say, okay, I don't need all of these alerts on at one time. That's a big thing for patients is I'll say, turn off your alerts, turn off your notifications, try to focus on one thing. Because if you're like doing your email and all of a sudden all this other stuff is popping up, it's really hard not to look at that because it's just like, hey, something else to watch. Hey, something else to watch, right? So turn off alerts is a big thing. Try to make to-dos really doable and not these big things so that you'll never get them done. So if you actually accomplish them, you can take a break. Set up actual breaks too. That can help too. So you're not just like, I have to work for 3 hours and then I'm done, right? You work for 15 minutes, get up, stretch your legs, do something physical, but make it short and
Be
go back to work.
intentional.
Set that up as
Make
part of your
sure,
day and you'll
yeah.
get used to it.
That's it. I can't do 75 things at once, but I'm still going to try. Super informative conversation. Dr. Jesse Gold, many thanks. And folks, we'll be right back after this break.